Today we're going to learn about osmosis. Here you can see on the right lots and lots of blue water molecules, and on your left you can see only a few scattered about. Can you see that?
Yeah.
The blue molecules represent the parts of water. Osmosis is when water travels through a semi-permeable membrane.
Osmosis.
Osmosis is when water molecules travel through a semi-permeable membrane into an area where there's a low concentration. So here you can see lots and lots of particles, molecules of water, and here you can see only a few. And if this cell membrane in between is semi-permeable, the water molecules will be able to pass through. Okay, so here we have, what have we got in this glass, boys?
Egg.
An egg. And what is the egg in?
In red food colouring.
So there's water in there and there's red food colouring. So we've just learned about osmosis. In this water, there's lots and lots of molecules, and there are red food colouring molecules too. Osmosis means that water can pass through a cell membrane, which is semi-permeable, into an area where there are fewer molecules of water. Okay, so we've just found out that the egg is in water with food colouring. Harry is just going to pour. Demonstrate is going to pour the egg out. There we go, because it's stuck at the bottom of our glass. Woo! Made a big splash. Mrs. McClinsey will tell me off about the computer again. Sorry. So you can see now that the egg has just come out. Now I'm going to carefully lift this egg. Look how brightly coloured that is, bright red, and put it onto the paper towel. What do you notice about the egg, boys?
It's not got it hasn't got any shell on, and when you touch it, it's soft.
Okay, so the shell has dissolved because originally it was put in vinegar, and vinegar will break. The vinegar, the acid in the vinegar, will react with the calcium carbonate that the shell is made from. So now we have a rather swollen egg. Why do you think this egg is bigger? What do you think's making it? You feel it? It feels a bit funny when you wobble it about. Why do you think this egg is bigger? What is it inside of it? Do you know?
A big like yolk.
You think the yolk has grown bigger?
Yeah.
What do you think, Ian?
I think the man inside it has grown up into an egg.
This is why you're in year 6, children. Okay, so actually the reason that the egg is swollen and bigger is because it's now carrying lots of water. Because of the process of osmosis, the water has travelled, the molecules have come from the glass of water and inside the egg, because the outside of the egg must have a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so now we're going to test that theory and see if osmosis really has occurred. We're going to crack the egg open, aren't we now, boys? And find out. We can assume water. Water through the process of osmosis. We can assume that the water through the process of osmosis has travelled from the glass, and some of the particles would have gone into the egg, and that's because there's less water molecules inside the egg. So where there's a low concentration, the water molecules have spread out, they've gone through the semi-permeable outer layer, and inside the egg. But the question is, will the osmosis continue inside the egg and then into the whole of the egg? So we're going to crack it open and find out what's happened. Okay, so now just bring back the egg. Harry is going to crack open the egg and see if the osmosis has gone the whole way through this egg. Whoa, that was an explosion.
Everyone.
Okay, so finally we can see, can't we, that actually the osmosis occurred. The water passed through from the jar, from the glass, inside the egg through the semi-permeable outer layer. But what you will find here is that the egg yolk remains yellow, and that's because the protein inside the yolk, the keratin, which you find in human hair as well, is so tightly compact and actually is not permeable. So it will not allow the osmosis, the process of water, to pass from the outside of the egg, inside the egg, and then again into the yolk. So now I can bring you back to our original diagram about osmosis, where you've got the blue water molecules and the red food colouring molecules, and inside the egg there were only a very few amount of water molecules, so the molecules naturally moved because of osmosis. The water molecules travelled through the semi-permeable membrane, that was the outer layer of the egg, and inside the egg itself, and then the egg appeared swollen because it was actually carrying a great weight of water. But the osmosis would not continue through to the egg yolk because of the protein keratin, which is inside the egg yolk, and that is not permeable. So hopefully that has explained osmosis in a much better way for you all.